This is the latest flagship pair of earbuds from Bose, and the name says it all. These are the Quiet Comfort Ultra earbud, which is a pretty bold claim, I know, but honestly, I would love to have a pair of ultra comfortable earbuds with ultra quiet ANC when I travel, when I work, or really whatever. So let's unpack that. Starting off with the quiet part, and spoiler, ultra quiet is not an exaggeration. But before we get into the test, I'm actually filming this before these earbuds hit the shelves, so I want to thank Bose for sending these over early and for partnering on this video. Of course, all opinions are my own, and we'll keep things objective and factual with real testing throughout this video. So starting off with the active noise cancellation test, the way I do this is by playing the sound of a jet at a set distance away, and I turn that volume up until the earbuds are no longer able to block that out. So higher number means quieter earbuds, and as you can see in this chart, these are the quietest earbuds I've ever tested, blocking up to 65.2 decibels, which was absolutely incredible. I've also tried this in real world situations, flying with this, other loud ambient sound, and it blocks everything so well. But of course, noise cancellation is not one-dimensional. We also need to think about higher pitch sounds and crowd sounds and different noises, and so I ran those tests. I'll show them on screen right here as well. In general, across the board, very impressive, but without a doubt, the bread and butter of these earbuds is going to be those constant loud noises like a jet, a train, an air conditioner, whatever. It's gonna be very quiet from that aspect with these earbuds. The second test I did was with regards to the wind. A lot of earbuds struggle when you're outside and it's windy. The microphones kind of feed that back in the ANC, but with these, I mean, I was actually very impressed. Now you can't turn the ANC off. It's always on some spectrum between ANC and transparency, and I'll show you that in the app in a second. But the mic overall did a really impressive job of really shutting down the wind, and I think the microphone test in just a few minutes will demonstrate that as well. So as I said, I like to use these when I'm traveling, and ANC is fantastic, but all of that is completely worthless if they aren't comfortable. So being that these are called the Quiet Comfort, we better hope they are comfortable, and let's unpack that a little bit. So everybody has different ears, but Bose understands that. We have 3 pairs of ear tips and 3 pairs of wing tips, giving you 9 different, like a permutation of 9, I believe 9 different setups you could have there. So for me, I was actually, full disclosure, last time we had the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2, the second generation from last year, they were comfortable, but they didn't stay in my ears well. Like I really couldn't wear them for a long period of time. And I don't know exactly what Bose changed here, but these are definitely a lot better. They feel more comfortable than the 2s. They stay in my ears for a longer period of time without falling out, without getting uncomfortable. And so I was happy to see that. So far, Quiet Comfort is a pretty fitting name. But of course, we have a few more things we have to test. You can't just have quiet and comfortable earbuds. Obviously, the sound is gonna matter a lot. And so these, once again, took it a step further than the previous generation. These are Snapdragon Sound certified, which means one of my biggest complaints from the 2s was that they only had SBC and AAC codecs. This now has Qualcomm aptX adaptive, which means you're getting lower latency, so like less lag in the earbuds, and you're getting higher resolution sound. Now, not every phone has aptX adaptive. My Pixel Fold didn't, but my Nothing Phone 2 did, so I was using that. And the sound quality, especially when you have aptX adaptive on, was actually really nice. Like I really was impressed by the sound profile on these. There was plenty capable bass and sub bass, having pretty large drivers in here. It's also a warm and pleasant sound. It's definitely a lot more detailed than the previous generation. It can be a bit boomy by default, so I used the EQ in the app, which definitely helped with that. And for many genres, like the boomy sound would be ideal anyway, but for what I was listening to, I wanted to dial that back, and the EQ really allowed me to do that. So for example, I listened to The War on Drugs just to kind of test it out. They have a lot of music that has a lot of layers and just tons of stuff going on, and the Ultras kept up. They made it feel like I was pretty much there. It was dynamic, it was lively. So following that thread of traveling, you obviously need a better battery life to last the whole flight. Like here in the US, any flight across the country is probably about 6 hours or less, so I think that's really a threshold of what I would need, and these hit that target with up to 6 hours in the earbuds and 24 hours when you include the case. And that is with active noise cancellation on. A lot of earbuds present their numbers with ANC off, but that's not the case with Bose. But they do actually have a shorter battery life if you turn on immersion. You get 4 hours in the earbuds and 16 when you include the case when you have immersion on, which I realize I haven't actually introduced that. That's one of the big new features. This could really be useful in like a workday. So if we're shifting gears out of travel mode into like how well do these perform when you're like working at your desk. So immersion is going to be better for like videos or music, and it kind of gives you like a spatial 3D surround sound. So the music's going to play like right in front of you, and as you turn, like it'll sound like it stays right there. It's something that is new to Bose, and it's actually very impressive. They did a great job with this. It's a feature that I don't personally use all that often, but I know a lot of people really like this, especially for watching videos and things like that. You can actually set up different modes for different situations, by the way, in the Bose app. So the defaults include quiet, which is just plain block everything out, don't turn on immersion. That's the one I usually use, especially when I'm traveling. It gives you a decent battery life of 6 hours, and you're blocking out a lot of sound around you. The second mode is immersive, which by default, they have it as ANC, and they have like the immersion mode where you can track your head. And the third one is when you can just hear things around you. Some people call it transparency, some people call it hear through, pass through, whatever. And again, I was actually genuinely really impressed by this. So I don't know of a good way to quantify this, but when you're wearing these, it really feels and sounds like you don't have anything in your ears, which is really tough to do. Besides these, the AirPods are the only one that can do anything like this. Most other earbuds on the market just sound kind of robotic or further away or quieter. These, like I could walk around, I could talk to people, I can do daily tasks, and it sounds like I'm not wearing earbuds at all. And let's be honest, when you're working at home, like I'll wear whatever, I don't care what I look like, but when I'm in the office, you need earbuds that look good. So you can leave a comment and let me know what you think of these earbuds, but in general, they're a similar size and shape and overall design to the previous generation, the 2s, but we do have 2 colors available, and we have a new metallic finish on the outside that looks really clean and honestly pretty premium. So let me know what you think of the aesthetics of these. Overall, I think they look pretty good. We have a very familiar case here, charging by USB Type-C or wireless charging. It's a very open design on the inside, so it's easy to clean, which I found beneficial. And getting back to kind of the workday setup, another thing is getting on phone calls. So let's actually get into a microphone test. All right, so the first microphone test, we're indoors, obviously in my studio. I always like to do one in a quieter environment to simulate maybe where you'd be on a work call. So this is what it would sound like. Leave a comment and let me know how this sounds to you. And now let's go outside to a louder environment. We can test out the wind, like I said, as well as some other more ambient sound. All right, so here's a microphone test near a road. It's pretty breezy out here. There's definitely some traffic behind me. So leave a comment and let me know how these sound to you. So as you can tell, these are pretty ideal for a workday, and they check basically every box I had, except one, but Bose thought about this and they have their own workaround here. So these don't have a true multi-point connectivity, meaning you can connect to multiple devices, but not simultaneously. And the workaround here is in the Bose app, you can actually go to source and you can switch between many different devices by toggling them on and off and just switching between which devices are connected to the earbuds. And while we're actually in the app, I'll show you the other things Bose has here. So one, the volume controls, of course, are available in the app. We also have source, as I showed you. We have immersive audio. You can choose if you want that to be off, if you want it to be a single point in front of you, or if you want motion, meaning like as you turn, if you're facing this way, it'll kind of slowly come over there, and it's always feeling like it's kind of in front of you. We also have a shortcut, so you can choose what the touch and hold on either side is, so it can cycle through the modes, it can change immersive on and off, or you could access your voice assistant. Of course, we have a 3-band equalizer, and then we have modes. Now, let's actually make a new mode right now. This is a really cool feature, probably the one that I use the most in the app. So if we go to modes, there's a lot of different suggested titles. You can make a custom one if you wanted, but let's just say we wanted to run. So if we tap on run, you can choose the noise cancellation. So right now it's in the middle. That's equivalent to having ANC off, although the engine never really turns off. So that's what's cool about Bose. It's always running no matter what. So we can go all the way down on noise cancellation, and it's just like full transparency. I hear my surroundings, or you can turn it all the way up, and it's like, I feel like I'm yelling now. I really can't hear anything. Let's go back down. And then you can also choose what the immersive audio thing is. So maybe when I'm working out, I want to block out a little bit of sound, but I want to be able to hear like if a car beeps at me or something. So maybe I'll keep it around like level 2 or level 3. That might be ideal. And we can save that. We can say done. And now we have that mode ready to go. Whenever we go for a run, we just tap that, and those settings are ready to go. Now, speaking of working out, these also have IPX4 water resistance. They also have Bluetooth 5.3, so if you're in a gym, the range should be really ideal. And it also means they work independently without the classic master-slave connection that we used to have in the previous generation. So I could listen to just one earbud while the other one is in the case. In addition, these have in-ear detection, so if you take an earbud out, it'll automatically pause. And the touch controls, as I said before, work really well. You have a nice large surface area, not only to tap, but also to swipe, so you can control the volume. Now, these are starting at $299. I'll have a link down below so you can check the latest price. And on that link, you can actually find some other accessories, which I think is really cool that Bose sells these. You can buy just the case, so if you lost the case or if you wanted a second case, whatever, you can buy just the case. You can also buy other sizes for the ear tips. So if these 3 for the wingtip and 3 for the ear tip don't fit you for some reason, I think they should fit. I think they should fit like 95% of people, but if you're like an extreme outlier, you could buy some of the other sizes, or you can actually buy a case cover as well. So again, thanks to Bose for partnering on this video. I'm really stoked about these earbuds, and I'm definitely going to be comparing them to the Sony XM5s, the latest AirPods Pro, and all the other flagship earbuds out there to see which one is really the best of the best. If you want to see that video, be sure to go down and click that subscribe button. And if the video is already out, I'll link that right here so you can watch that now.